Wait a minute, where's the lights gone?
Hang on a second. That's one.
Ah!
And that's the other.
Hey, I'm like a mogwai, bright light. It's bad.
Like the anti-moth. Hello, and this is the Dark episode. Episode number 15 of the favourite Pokemon from each type series. Why don't you start us off this time, Callum?
Okay, I can do that one for you. This one is a very, very personal favourite. It's a contender for favourite Pokemon in the entire series, not just of this type. This one is my first favourite Pokemon. Fell a little bit out of favour, but I might as well come out with it. It's Umbreon. Now then,
Part of the Gen 2 evolutions.
the story behind Umbreon was because Umbreon was my first properly good Pokemon. I was playing through Crystal version for the first time properly. At that point I'd gotten a load of dross. I'd gotten a Meganium with all grass moves.
Oh dear.
I had, God knows what else, like Paras and Zubat and a bunch of nonsense essentially. But I managed to get myself an Eevee. My plan was to try and get myself, I couldn't decide what I wanted. Did I want a Vaporeon? Did I want a Flareon? Did I want a Jolteon? Ideally I'd want a Jolteon, but I didn't know where to get a Thunderstone from. I couldn't find out anywhere to do it. And then one day whilst I was training my Eevee, it changed into something. It kind of turned into this dark dog. I'm like, okay, this one looks cool I guess too. I wonder what its deal is. Umbreon then proceeded to be one of the best things in my entire party. He took down everything. He got through Will, who was one of the hardest bosses for me at the time. I could not beat his psychic spam. He got through Bruno, who was a fighting type user. He got through Koga as well. Koga had a couple of extra things, but I managed to get him past it. And then I got to Karen. Now Karen is the dark type user, and at this point I didn't know there was another trainer past this. I thought Karen was the last boss. And I got to the very last health point of her Murkrow, right at the end. I lost.
Oh.
Lost my Umbreon, and then everything else followed suit. I only had a Meganium that was any good after that. Everything else just kept falling down. It's at this point I played around a little bit more, but I got so sick of trying to fight it. I could not beat this stupid bit. I thought it was so close, and I could never get to the same point again. So I started the game again. I started with Typhlosion this time. I thought I'd try things differently, but you know what? I was like, I'm getting that Umbreon again. Because that Umbreon was amazing. It sorted me out. All I need to sort the rest of my team out, and I'll be fine. I could never get it.
You can never get it again.
I could never. Well, I tried and tried and tried. I got Espeons. I tried to. I googled it. I've worked out it was friendship. I tried my best to try and raise the friendship levels. I just could not get this Eevee to evolve into an Umbreon. I got to like level 40. It's still an Eevee, and I'm like, please, please, just evolve into an Umbreon for me. I'm begging you. I just could not do it. Then Generation 3 rolled around. I was like, man, I really want an Umbreon. Oh,
You can't
you
get
can't
it.
get it. You can if you get, like, what was that one where you start off with an Umbreon and Espeon? It was
an Eevee. It was Pokemon.
Is it XD?
XD Gale of Darkness.
Yeah, you have to. They gave you those two at the start, and I was like, oh man, that game is really cool because it's got an Umbreon in it. I love Umbreon.
I suppose when 4th Gen came out, you're just like,
I want a fucking Umbreon! Wanted it, couldn't find an Eevee anywhere. I tried, I googled where Eevee was, I couldn't find an Eevee on the places that I wanted it. For years, Umbreon evaded my grasp. I tried in Generation 5, and finally managed to finally get one, but by that point I was good at the games, and I wanted one with Wish, and I finally managed to get Wish off of all things, an Ordino you have to read it with. I finally managed to get a Wish onto it, but I bred it for good IVs, and by the time I got one with good IVs, it had forgotten Wish at the parent, so it didn't have Wish anymore. I rage quit. At this point, I was so sick of Umbreon, but because I tried and I tried and I tried to get an Umbreon back, and I just could not get it. And then, after beating X and Y and RS, I beat X and I beat Alpha Sapphire, I finally decided, you know what? I'm going to make myself an Umbreon. And my god.
Is it worth the wait?
Was it? Yes, it was. I managed to get one. By this point, it had been banned in meta play, a swag play Umbreon, which is swagger and foul play. If you didn't know, swagger buffs up the opponent's attack, but makes them confused. It means if they hit themselves they deal double the normal damage, but obviously if they don't, then they've got buffed attack. But foul play hits for your opponent's attack stat, including buffs. So essentially, any special attacker was doomed, but physical attackers even you could absolutely take out, and it was glorious. I also had both. I think I had Wish and Moonlight from memory. It was either Wish or Protect, and yeah, it was great. I loved it. I actually went up against one guy, and his tag on the thing was "Let's battle." I beat him, and then when I next saw him, he changed his tag to "Smog on rules only, please." It's quit. So, and then it came to Generation 6. Now, Generation 6, you can only get foul play through Move Tutor, so you can't get a foul play on a Umbreon that I know of in a normal way, so I had to improvise. So I came up with Wish Protect, Toxic, and Snarl, which is kind of like a Dark Pulse, only it does much less damage, has imperfect accuracy, but lowers your opponent's special attack stats by 1 stage.
Yeah.
I've just shown you a video, haven't I?
You have, yeah.
2, in fact. It can take down legendaries. It's a god slayer because of how tanky it can be.
Yeah.
Plus, I went back to Generation 2, and I'm going through the game again, getting my old favourites. I've got a Meganium, I've got a Tyranitar, and I've got an Umbreon. I finally got an Umbreon. You saw the pain I went through as well.
Yeah. Because
I had to get one. I wanted one with Pursuit, and it doesn't learn Pursuit. It learns at level 16, and you have to get it evolved before that point. Impossible. Like, it's ridiculous. I was on my knees trying to get one, and the clock was broken. It was a nightmare, but I managed it. I did it. I got my Umbreon, and you know what? It's worth it. I'm noticing a theme with my favourite Pokemon. You know, Gyarados, Tyranitar, Umbreon.
Old flirts.
You have to old flirts and stuff. You've got to put the work in to get what you want out of it. You've got to put time and effort into getting. But once you get it, it's so good.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's my story with Umbreon. Really. If you want me to talk about battle strategies, what is there to know? It's a fantastic thing. See Vaporeon for how good it is. Did you get the C pun there, by the way? Oh. It's so tanky. Plus, the way to counter it's not without counters. Obviously, you can hit it with a fighting type attack. It does take its damage. It's because it's so bulky, it's weak to status, but it has synchronized. So if you get hit by status, you inflict the status back. The point is, I really like Umbreon. Go on,
I can tell you've talked about it for 10 minutes.
So yeah,
I do like dark types. A lot of their designs tend to be really good. I've already touched on one of those during the flying episode.
Yeah.
My favourite dark type, weirdly, I first encountered it during the Pokemon Mystery Dungeon series. And it appeared alongside my Charmander and Pikachu during some of the missions. And when I first saw this Pokemon, I was like, what the hell is this thing? What is this? It's with this tomahawk on its head and its weird fluffy scarf thing. I want to use it. And one of my favourite designs of all time. This is the Pokemon that's often associated with disaster, even though it's trying to do good in the world.
Yeah.
Absol. Absol has got one of the highest attack stats of any normal Pokemon, 130.
It's got very high attack stat.
Which means it's one of the best Sucker Punch users in the game.
Stab Sucker Punch.
Pretty darn frail.
Yes.
Although there is a pretty interesting strategy you could use with it. It learns moves like Night Slash and Psycho Cut, both moves that increase critical hits.
Yeah.
It gets an ability called Super Look, which increases the chance
critical
of hits, and you can also give it a Scope Lens, which increases the chance for critical hits. So
yeah.
that's not a bad strategy to go for. It eats your Flamethrower as well, which is a bit odd.
Yeah, it does get a couple of... does it get stuff like Thunderbolt as well, from memory?
I can't remember.
Its Mega gets good special attacking stats as well.
And he gets a really useful ability as well. So
Yeah, Magic
Bounce.
Magic Bounce, sorry, yeah. You've also got neglected to mention one thing, and that's Pinkums.
Yeah, that's the latest shiny that I caught. I did chain for it, using the Pokédex Searcher.
Doesn't matter, you got another fucking shiny!
Yeah, but it's kind of like less rewarding.
Really? For the, you feel that way about the whole chaining thing?
In a way, yeah, I kind of like it if they're totally random. It's just like you're not expecting them.
Yeah, they become as a nice surprise rather than something you've like had to...
That you've worked for.
Yeah, makes sense, I suppose.
Absol's a great Pokemon. An honourable mention, Spiritomb does come really close.
Spiritomb is very good.
Yeah.
Before Fairy came in and ruined everyone's day, it had no weaknesses, and its defences were pretty good as well, Spiritomb.
Gets access to Will-O-Wisp, gets access to Shadow Sneak, and even more hilariously, Pursuit.
Pursuit, yes.
So you can troll a load of players with it.
Well,
it's really good. But yeah, anyway, so
honourable mentions for dark types. I don't really have much without spoilers. Really, I'm not huge fans on the designs of quite a lot of them.
Absol versus Umbreon.
Fight!
Umbreon's moveset is based on stats and things like Wish Protect.
Wish Protect and status is a big thing, whether it can out-tank. Now I've been using it in dual battles with Aurora Veil, which gives it extra tankiness, but without Aurora Veil it doesn't tank as well. It's still got very good tanky stats, so it's really, I would say, whether it can out-survive Absol.
Absol gets superpower.
It does, so it can smash through, but you've got to remember, Umbreon can foul play as well, so it can play off of the high attack stat. Granted, it doesn't get it through natural learning, you've got to trade it up through the thing, but it can technically use it because I've had other people use it against me.
Yeah.
In competitive and battle spot and things. So, it's whether foul play would do it any good and whether it can out-survive damage from Absol's ridiculously powerful attack stat. I kind of wish there was a way that we could work out damage against certain types of Pokemon.
There is! That's the damage calculator. So just having a check on the damage calculator, Superpower did a little bit more damage than I thought it would.
I'll be honest, it was pretty much exactly the damage I was expecting from Superpower. It's a very strong move, coming from a very strong Pokemon.
Yeah.
Granted, Umbreon's very tanky, but
Absol outspeeds it.
Absol outspeeds it.
So it will attack first. And the first Superpower hit would do between 60% and 71%.
Yeah.
And then with the attack drop, it would still do 40% to about 47%. So it will 2-hit KO it.
Whereas Foul Play would maybe about 3 KO the opponent, and if it's not fast enough to take it down, then what happens if we throw Toxic into the mix? Because if we throw Toxic in,
I don't think it would make too much of a difference.
if anything, I think Umbreon relies a bit too much on its leftovers, which of course, because we're not using items, Protect is a lot less useful.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think Absol still wins.
Yep, Absol will win this contest. So that's the Dark episode done, and next time we will be discussing the mysterious lot. The ones that have been lurking in the shadows. The ones that have been, well, mysterious.
You made a bit of a grave mistake there, I'll be honest.
I'm afraid so, that's a bit dark. Oh wait, wrong type. That's the Ghosts episode coming up next. So, stay tuned, see you soon.
Bye.
Favourite Pokemon from each type series.
You're a big fan of one of them, I can remember. Yeah.
Absolutely. So,
Before Fairy came in, it,
damn the fairy types. That's the damage calculator.